Greetings everybody, welcome on back to another Transformers review. My name is Trip, and today we have the one, the only Constructicon Mixmaster. Mixmaster here is one of the Constructicons who turns into Devastator. He becomes the left foot of Devastator, and as you can see, he is a cement mixer. So he's got the mixer on the back here. Obviously the same color scheme as we've seen through all of the Constructicons. Mixmaster is a Voyager class. The reason for that budgetary increase over the previous two is right in here is the joint for the ankle pivot of Devastator. So what that means is there's a ratchet in there, and as we all know, ratchets are more expensive. This feature does nothing for actual Mixmaster himself, other than if you wanted to have him pose like this, you could. It is almost entirely just for Devastator. As you can see, he's got some good amounts of detail on the side here, with like molded ladder in on the wrist there. The hubcaps are all pinned, so that means he rolls really nicely. Another benefit of the Voyager class price range. He comes with this little blaster here. It's just a little guy being a little bro. We'll get into the articulation here. As we go through, I'll point out my favorite details as we go along. Start with the arm here. There's a pivot on the shoulder. No ball joint here, just a rotation, as you can see in there. We have another pivot in and out for the shoulder, but just due to how it all lines up, it doesn't really move a lot. If you move the shoulder up a little bit, if you go up kind of one notch, then you get a little more range of motion, but yeah, that's more due to transformation, not necessarily robot mode. We have bicep swivel on a mushroom peg here. This one likes to come out on my copy, so I'm just adjusting back in. There is a 2.5 pointed elbow, so you have straight out, a little bit of give, and then it reaches this notch, and then you have to click it past, and that'll keep it in this position. So not a lot of rotation on the elbow, but it does get you that 90, which is all nice, and then nothing for the wrist, as the hand is just molded directly in. Due to that ankle rotation for the Devastator, we have no hip rotation here, so these don't rotate at all. But what we do get is full 90-degree back and forward legs. We have a bicep rotation, or it's not bicep, thigh rotation. We have all the way out for the splits. We have knees that can get to a nice solid 90, which is very nice. And then we also have ankle pivot down here on the foot as well. The things I really like detail-wise on this guy, oh, also the head is on a ball joint, but it's kind of hard to get in here with your finger, at least with my adult hands. Some of the details I really like the Decepticon logo. It's nice and crisp on the middle there. The painted out details of the chest plate are very nice, as well as the silver on the actual face in there is very nice as well. I enjoy this molded detail on the top of the hood, I guess it would be called. The silver paint on the hubcaps is very nice. And the molded detail on these shin areas is also very nice. As we move to the back here, we have the entire tank. This comes in as a separate part, but once you put it in, there's no reason to remove it. You can technically remove it, but there's no need to remove it. You can just leave it on at all times. In robot mode, we don't have the pouring mechanism out. It is tucked away, but we'll get to that as we move to the vehicle mode. So, speaking of which, let's get into that. Okay, so to transform Mixmaster into his vehicle mode, what you're going to do is you're going to take the arms and you're going to straighten them out fully just like this. You're going to bring this chest plate up and just leave it facing straight out, just like this. We're going to come down here to the legs. We're just going to tab them all together. Just give it a nice squeeze. Make sure the back here is all nice and lined up so that grill of the vehicle mode looks all nice and good. We're going to come down here to the toes. We're going to pull these bottom of the, foot. Just pull them out straight like this, and then you're going to tuck the heels all the way in flatten them out like this. Should be looking something like this currently. Come in here with the shins. You're gonna reach in and you're gonna open them up on both sides. These are quite tight for me, so you really have to get them in there, but that's okay. Just move the arms out of the way for the moment. We're gonna collapse this in on itself and having the cab facing this way. To do that, there's a pivot right in here, just by my finger here, and a pivot at the knees, as well as you're gonna move at the hips too. So we're gonna take the hips, we're gonna go all the way up, just like this. We're gonna bend at the knee. These can be kind of tight. You're gonna fold them down. There it is, like this. And then you're gonna, on this pivot in here, pivot the whole cab all the way in. That's gonna lock in here. This piece of the hip is gonna connect to a part on the inside of here, but once it's together, it's nice and snug. We're gonna take these arms from earlier, straighten them back out. We're gonna move them up, like this, and you're gonna tab in right here, and then the wrist is gonna tab in just here, like so. So, same as the other side, move this all the way up. Make sure it's all nice and straight. Get it tabbed in just in here, and then on the wrist as well, that'll tab in very nicely, hopefully. There it is. And then final touches, these bottom of the feet parts, just push these up, and then take that chest piece and lock it in on this tab and this tab, and we'll cover the face here. You'd think we'd be done, we're not quite. We're gonna take that mixing part, we're gonna open it up, pivot this all the way around, like so, and then drop it back down, and it'll tab with this piece right into here, just like this. So there you have Mixmaster in his vehicle mode. So Mixmaster in his vehicle mode, he's pretty cool. He's nice and solid. His wheels are pinned, as I mentioned, so he rolls very nicely. No qualms here. He's got some good spots for the blasters, notably the one on top of here. So this just tabs in like this. So he's got his gun. And then eventually in foot mode, this will tab in on the front to kind of be part of his toe, but we'll get to that in a bit. I enjoy the windshield detailing across here. It's a nice solid color. It's the same paint as the other windshields of the other Constructicons, but this joint right in here where this panel and this panel meet up, there's just a little cutout of part to finish off the shape of this window here, but it just really adds a lot. I think it just really brings it all together. The paint on the grille is very nice, very shiny, very silver, and I also appreciate the 3 window wipers as well. Overall, his color scheme, just like the rest, is very purple and very green. You know, like, I've never seen one of these in real life look at this color, but for the G1 aesthetic and the Constructicons themselves, I think it works quite well. His vehicle mode on the bottom does a lot of covering up well. I wish there was a bit more clearance under these tires. There's just a hair, but due to all the things this guy has to do, I totally understand why. It doesn't affect his rolling at all, but it's definitely something I notice. The inside of the chest plate is also detailed. It's molded quite a lot here, which I appreciate. And the Decepticon logo, as before, it's still nice and shiny. So from vehicle mode, we're going to move into the foot mode, and that will not take us long. We're much like the other ones. We're basically already there, so let's get into that. Okay, so to get Mixmaster into his foot mode, the first step is quite simple. You're just going to take this and push it all the way forward, take the pouring mechanism, push it all the way back in, but you're not going to tab this back in. We're just going to leave it open because eventually the leg will put into here. You're going to go down here, you're going to take this hand, untab it from this section here, which can be finicky, and you're just going to bend it out just like this. Same on the other side. Just like that. You're going to come down here to the front of the vehicle. You're going to untab it using these 2 bits right here. So I pull out on the bottom with my thumb, and then once it's separated, I can grab the side and pull those 2 bits out. This is going to unveil these kind of beams here. We're going to pivot on those, and we're going to put the roof under the hood, and it all tab back in. Hopefully, there we go. Tabs in nicely, just like that. You're going to come around here to the back, and you're going to pull these tabs down, just like so. And then you can bring these down if you'd like, but I like to leave them up. Just adds for a cleaner design, in my opinion. And these will eventually be the heel of this foot. And honestly, that's Mixmaster. That's his whole foot mode. As I said before, the thigh of Devastator will slide in here, and that's when you'll close this section around it, just like that, and it'll lock everything in place. The instructions have it this way, where you close it like this, but you totally can, if you want for the aesthetic, have this part out to lock it in. It adds a bit more of a knee, but I don't know, for me, I prefer it like this. Anyway, that's Mixmaster for you. I hope you enjoyed this video. That's halfway for us. We're almost there. Stay tuned for my next review of the next Constructicon. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I will see you next time.